What's up, everybody? It's the Best Spot Kids Movement. I'm back with another video, and it looks like Xbox and Microsoft's Gives a Fucks are on vacation because they just increased the price of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate to $30. That's not all, though. The way that they delivered this, honestly, it's a lot of things going on, right? It's it's a lot of stuff going on because from a marketing standpoint, they they did something good. They did add a bunch of cool things and they simplified the tiers. I But ultimately, Game Pass is increased, and I think it also increased the price of PC Game Pass. I actually think PC uh Game Pass is actually sunset, but if you're currently paying for PC Game Pass separately, I think you're going to just maintain access to that until you cancel or renew because I don't see PC Game Pass as a part of this process. It just looks like we have Essential, Premium, Ultimate. Essential is $10 a month. It's PC, console, cloud, no day one games, but you get 50 games, whatever that is. And essentially this is your Xbox Live Gold, essentially, right? But you get 50 games, 50 plus games in this service. So they're now more comparable to PlayStation Plus. Premium, you get uh day one games within 1 year. So they're not day one. You'll get those new games will probably launch somewhere, 6 to 9 months later down the line into the service, right? Right when it should be probably 3 months when the hotness wears off. An Ultimate, and that's $14.99, by the way. And Ultimate is 50% more. At $29.99, you get all your day one, at least 75 games day one. They've now included Ubisoft Classics. I'm biased. I'm a Ubisoft fan. This does actually benefits me. EA Play remains. Fortnite Crew is another subscription. I think Fortnite Crew by itself is like $12. Unlimited cloud gaming. They increased the resolution to 1440p for cloud gaming. Get the right game, and then you earn up to. So either way, it's going up. They did sprinkle in some things that weren't available before, with like the Ubisoft stuff, and then with the Fortnite stuff. But ultimately, you can make a safe bet. This is no longer the best value in gaming. It is because now it's at a price point where would I just rather buy the game? Or I think for me, what it sucks. And I'll tell you what I'm not going to do. Just a spoiler alert, right? I know there's a big thing for people like, oh, cancel Game Pass, cancel Game Pass, or canceling their Game Pass subscription. But the way that is set up, right? All right, are you canceling Game Pass? Because my thing is that once you cancel Game Pass, are you canceling Game Pass or are you downgrading your tier? Because you cancel Game Pass, and then you're not essentially. It's going to sound crazy, but you can't really game on it. You know what I mean? You can game obviously the games you own and stuff like that, but like, isn't Xbox Live still locked behind one of these Game Pass tiers? You know what I mean? Unless you're playing a free to play, an actual free to play game. If you want to go and buy Call of Duty with your hard on money and whatnot, you still need one of these tiers of Game Pass to play online. So I'm not going to do that because I still play healthy. I still relatively play my game. So I'm not gonna cancel Game Pass until I deem I'm ready to. Now it does make me pause and wonder, like, hey, do I go and like just focus on, do I just go straight the PC route? But right now, the PC version itself is not on this list. Like I said, that version's going to be canceled because they simplified the tiers so that everything is just Xbox, Game Pass, Essential, Premium, or Ultimate. So yeah, and the crazy thing is, I was considering just going just PC Game Pass and just not paying for Game Pass Ultimate and just do my Game Pass experience there since they were pushing for a lot of Play Anywhere stuff. What this That's pretty much what I was thinking about. But since they did this, it's actually kind of harder to do that because they're all the same, essentially the same price. This really sucks, right? Obviously, you have the Xbox console increasing and whatnot. Like I said, that was I gave really I could care less about that one because I already owned the console. It didn't have any plans on buying a new one, or replacing my console. So it was like, all right, it is what it is. It sucks, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But it's not really my fight, my protest, right? This is because I am actively paying for Game Pass. I want a family plan because between me and my kids, I game share, so it's not like I'm doing Game Pass and sharing with my family. I'm game sharing with Addict, and then I'm paying for a Game Pass subscription for my kids, and I think I have them game sharing. So I'm still paying, effectively almost paying for two accounts because of I have trust issues. I'm never going to not pay for it just in case for my own personal account. So there's that, right? But that's expensive, right? Because like right now I'm paying for Ultimate, right? So this would be like two Ultimate accounts, and that's like I can't justify $60 a month. I really can't. So I have to effectively either cancel my subscription or like take an L somewhere or pivot to PC or whatever and keep my kids on Ultimate, which what I mean. It's easy to say like, oh, like, vote with your wallet and all this other stuff, and I'm not defending them or anything like that. But I did say on an episode of Weapon Wheel, I think it was 2 episodes ago, I said the most they can realistically charge for Game Pass is $30, right? Where it could still be considered a value. I was like, anything above that, then you start getting into territory where you could debate whether you want to buy the game outright or play through a subscription. I've been saying that, believe it or not, I've been saying that for years. Like even when Game Pass itself was $10 and $15. It was like, yeah, they got another $15 they of wiggle room they can play with, considering games are, and at that time games were $60 on its way to $70. I was like, yeah, they kind of have room as long as they're 50% of a price of a whole AAA game. You're actually almost in the clear. So but again, that is not me defending the increase. I don't think anything warranted an increase. And the way they did it sucks because I don't know if the calendar turned October 1 today, right? October is the biggest month for Game Pass this year, particularly because you have Ninja Gaiden 4, The Outer Worlds 2, you got the game Keeper, you got Call of Duty around the corner, and there's some other day one stuff in there. And the crazy thing is every game they're launching in October, I want. So my protest is, A, buy the games on Steam at full price, or try to find these games on CD Keys at $5 off, or buy them outright on an Xbox at $60-$70, whatever they cost, and still pay for Game Pass because I have to pay whatever. If any of these games have like an online component, I still might want to pay for some online subscription just in case somebody wants to play Call of Duty, a Madden, or something like that. You know what I mean? Or I pivot and get access to these games on PC that way. So it's a weird scenario. It's like the only way to protest is every game that's launching in October I want. You know what I mean? I could pretend that none of these games exist, cancel Xbox, not play Xbox, hook up my PlayStation, and pay $70 for Ghost of Yote and pretend like that's my only form of gaming for the month of October, and then and I can do it that way. All the ways of protest, I guess what I'm trying to say is that all the ways I have to protest Xbox raising their prices of Game Pass all cost me money. It costs me something because it's like I either have to protest, I either have to fast from gaming, like just don't game, right? Because think about this, right? I'm going to cancel Game Pass or I'm going to take my business elsewhere. So that means don't give Xbox $30 because that's what they want now. They want, because I'm an Ultimate customer. Don't give them $30. Instead, I come up with, we admit this, there's about 4 games that I want that's coming out. So I come up with 70, 40, and another $70, right? So now I buy these games outright. Or I just downgrade my tier and still play Xbox and just play these games exclusively on PC. Or I stay away, I avoid Microsoft and buy all these games outright on Steam Microsoft still gets a cut of that money. Or I move over to PlayStation, buy the games I want on PlayStation because I think all these games but Keeper is coming on PlayStation, but I'm still feeding the beast, right? So you get it. So it's like I almost have to fast from gaming to protest, and I'm not quite ready to do that. So now that's me. You could do whatever you want. Is Game Pass still worth it? Depending on who you are, it's literally a debate. Depending on who you are, probably not. Probably not. Probably not. I mean, it's hard to recommend. It's definitely hard to recommend. Like Ultimate is still the only one worth having. You know what I mean? These are all decent tiers or whatever. But the thing is that the price, it doesn't help that the console is ultra expensive, right? It doesn't help that, these subscriptions are going up and they don't have like a plan that can cover multiple accounts. It's just that Microsoft has a perfect recipe to just piss people off, and that's exactly what they're doing. Now, I will say, compared to their other things, the stuff that they try, this one came with a crazy marketing campaign. I'm not gonna hold you. This is the first time I actually said, nice marketing. And that's just my business degree just getting in the way. But as far as like, I can't sit here and pretend that like I gotta be overly outraged, like where I'm going to take some sort of action. Because like I said, the only action I can take that would actually make sense, I really, it would just be to not game. That's really what it would be. I would literally not have to game for me to make any sort of action, because anything that says stop gaming on Xbox, but I still want to play video games, I still have to jump on a platform to play video games, whether it be my PC or a PlayStation. And I really want to play Ninja Gaiden 4. I could buy it, but when they say we buy digital games, we really don't own them. I can buy it, sure. And I could buy Outer Worlds, and I can buy Call of Duty, whatever. I can buy these games and say, here, stick it to you, right? But I got to pay somebody else for these games. I still gotta pay somebody. So that, I guess that's the thing. I don't have a real way of fighting this. This sucks. It does suck. They picked the wrong, they picked the perfect time to do it. The perfect time where they're gonna be dropping some bangers, right? But for the consumer, this is not cool. This is not cool. Xbox is officially, like I said, their gives a fucks are on vacation, and I don't think they're coming back. This is going to sound stupid, right? Because everything is for profit, but this is literally for profit sort of moves right now. And they just got a new CEO. We don't know what's going to happen there. But now I'm looking at the situation. I'm hoping Microsoft does one more thing next generation. But this might be the situation where I actually might need to do a hard turn to PC, like a real hard turn to PC. Because it's only making sense. What keeps me on console, honestly, is obviously the existing library, the backwards compatibility that that I keep access to. That's just not quite there on PC. But this is what this has turned into. It's like, all right, maybe I pause and I just invest a little bit more money into a future-proof PC, which I can't do like right now, just the state of things. Maybe right around time next generation comes out, I'll get like a next generation proof PC. My PC is decent now, but it's not to my satisfaction where I feel like it's worth playing over Xbox unless games come out at lock 30 FPS. I haven't had an experience where I feel like I got to play this on PC because my PC isn't quite yet an Xbox killer yet. But what I'm probably going to do over the next 12 months, if I'm lucky, things work out, financially and all this other stuff, invest in PC, pivot my gaming there, and kind of do away with the consoles and clean up my desk and let it be there because, again, it's easier to stream when I have a console. My PC should get bottlenecked when I try to stream directly from PC, so that I need to invest into a beefier PC. But yeah, that's what this is making me do. It's like, okay, I don't want to quit gaming. I don't want to you know what I mean? I'm disappointed in Microsoft, but from a console gaming is just getting expensive. Again, now mind you, this is a PC problem too, but you have options, right? Um, because Game Pass is increasing on PC. And I know people keep saying, PC Game Pass is safe, even though I think on the back end it went up $5. If you're not subscribed to PC Game Pass, that's not going to be an option. And if I'm wrong, please put it in the comment section below. But I don't think PC Game Pass is going to be an option beyond this year unless you're already subscribed. You know what I mean? You're grandfathered in. But after that, boom, it's Essential, Premium, or Ultimate. PC or console, whatever it is, that's what it is. But what do you guys think, man? Xbox Game Pass, $30 for Ultimate. That's a big increase. A big asking price. You can barely get a console anywhere. It looked like they're really calling for PC. The console prices have been going up, but I don't think the GPU prices have been going up. What should we do? What are you doing? I told you honestly what I'm doing. Honestly, I'm not ready to boycott gaming yet. And I'm not ready to go fast on games yet. I'm not. And every move I can actually make to do something about it requires me to give whatever money, whatever $30 I was going to give to Xbox in October, after times 4 and give it to Valve or PlayStation. That's essentially my options if I want to continue gaming or playing the games I'm interested in this month, right? So, I'm not corporate slaving. I'm not damage controlling. I'm not defending. I'm just at what the fuck. It sucks because, like I said, it does have an immediate impact on me. Raising the price of consoles don't, because I already own my console. I bought my console for $400. Raising the price of this, that, and the third, none. But this directly impacts me because I have to make a financial decision, and it sucks because I have to pivot regardless because I'm not paying for multiple Ultimate subscriptions at $30 each. It's just not happening. It's just not ideal. I don't think anybody should. And and you got to factor in what you want to do as far as gaming. What can you withstand from a financial standpoint? People are accustomed, buying whatever. Some people have it where they can buy whatever game they want at any given time. Not everyone's like that. Some of us are privy to review codes or access code. But remember, you guys already know my play. I was like, I don't have a fight in that jungle anymore because they don't give out Xbox codes. So I'm kind of like at a situation where I'm going back to, like, I'm not a journalist. I'm not really much of a content creator that can do anything with reviews because they don't do that anymore. I'm literally a regular schmegular customer where I'm either gaming through Game Pass or I'm gaming through purchases. So one or the other. And I'm kind of at a position where, like, yikes, this just got a lot more expensive. But that's my video, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What are you doing? I'm curious to see what you're doing. Honestly, realistically, what are you doing with your Game Pass subscription? Will you continue to pay these outrageous prices? Or are you taking your talents to Sony PlayStation or Valve Steam? What are you doing? All right, I'm out of here, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry for the long video. I'll be returning to streaming soon. Maybe. That just got more expensive.